Hey everybody, it's Doom here from Dungeons and Doom Biscuit. I have some minis prepped, and since I was painting, I thought I'd just click on the camera and hang out with everybody. So the first mini I have is, I painted one of these before. I don't know if I did it for a video, but it was from some crappy miniatures I got from Amazon, and they were called Underdusk miniatures. I shouldn't say crappy. I mean, they're okay, but they were very inconsistent, and they just kind of, I don't know. So all I've done is spray painted all these miniatures black and dry brushed them white. And I'm using Shamrock Green on this one. I want them to be kind of vibrant and obnoxious. Now on the lighter spots where it's white, the bright green will shine, and then, it'll be subdued in the darker spots where the black's not covered appropriate or adequately. Speed paints are super good for this kind of quick, just getting some miniatures done. I don't need these this week or anything, but I could really use this in my Nye campaign as well. My dystopian future kind of setting. If I wanted to, it would work. I could use him as a monster there, or I could use him as a monster anywhere, really. He could be a monster in Star Wars or in the Old West. He could be a good proxy for a Slod. In theory. So he's got a lot of options, a lot of opportunity to be a lot of different things. Really comes down to your style of your game and what you like. But this miniature isn't, of the ones in that box set, this one wasn't so bad. No, I didn't really paint his mouth. I'm going to come back and do that in a different color, I'm thinking. I don't know if I got everything underneath here. It's hard to tell. I think I got everything. It looks like I got it all. Then I'm just going to let him dry. I'm probably not going to work on him again for, tonight probably. Now I have this guy. This is a Gorilla City Guard from DC Comics. I assume Gorilla City is a Grot thing. Gorilla Grot. Or Grodd or whatever his name is. I don't know. And I don't know if I want to do him as a traditional black gorilla. I think he'd look cool as something else, maybe. I don't know. Let me think about it. I have this runic gray, but it's pretty light. It's got like a bluish tint to it also, which is neat. Let me look at my colors here. Maybe a brown, maybe a reddish brown gorilla. A purple gorilla. Grey Lord Gray. I think I'm just going to do black because that's what he's supposed to be. And I have some ninjas to work on anyways. Alright, so I'm going to get my black and this brush is probably too big for that. I'm going to get something smaller. Get a size 1. Actually, you know what? I'll use one of my one of these brushes. What do I got here? What's this called? Regiment brush. It's kind of like a 2, maybe? I don't even know. I'm watching, well, I was until now, I was watching crappy B horror movies because that's kind of like my thing. Painting minis and customizing minis and stuff and painting stuff. I'm going to leave his face, not paint that black. I'm going to do that in a lighter color, I think. I'll come back and do his headband and stuff with just regular paint. Of course, I got some on his face when I was trying not to. Oh well. Be alright. I'll leave that sit off to the side. Clean my brush. So these next two ninjas, these are foot ninja or hand ninjas from like Daredevil and Electro and stuff. And this is the original sculpt. Then on this one, I just took off the crossbow and gave him an open hand and a sword, just from other, other toys and miniatures and stuff. And then this is a guy named Solom, and his sword was really thin, and I just couldn't get it to straighten out and look nice, and I didn't think it was going to get painted. So I just added a comb tooth to take its place. Let's paint him next. So for his flesh, I want to use that cloudburst blue I was talking about. It's like a bluish. Oh, uh-oh. There we go. Not sure how dark it is. Let's do a test bit of it. It's really dark. Oh, it's so dark. Way darker than I wanted. Okay, yeah, we'll just do his clothes with that, I guess. That's too dark. So Runic Gray is the one then. Let me find it. That Cloudburst is too dark. Runic Gray. Here we go. Let's see, before I get it all shook up, if that's gonna thin out and be what we need. Yeah, that's the one we wanted. We'll have to mix this up. This might be good for one of the ninjas. Well, that Cloudburst Blue might be good. It's pretty dark. I do want to thin that up a little bit. And to do that, I'm just going to get a little bit of speed paint medium. I'm going to give it a drop or two. 1, 2, and that'll thin it up. Probably didn't need 2 drops. It was overkill. I should have just done 1. Oh well, you live, you learn. I want them to look grayish with like a blue tint. I don't want them to look too gray, and he's looking super gray. And I'm worried because I thinned it out so much that it's all going to pull on the lower parts and none of it's going to stay up on the top. I could be wrong. Get in there, hit his face. Okay. It's not super pronounced, but hopefully it'll look okay. We'll see. Alright, so I'll do the Nunchuck Ninja second. I'm going to do the Sword Ninja first. I'm going to use that dark cloudburst color and hit his ninja stuff in that and see how that looks. And it looks like it's going to be good. Nice and dark. And you can make ninjas monochromatic. I'm probably going to come back and do a little dry brushing maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, you don't want to have to spend too much time painting a ninja unless you're trying to make it like a fancy multicolored ninja, but that seems kind of defeat the purpose. We'll spend years training in ninjutsu and become a brutal murderer and then say hell with it and get rainbow colored smoke bombs, you know what I mean? That doesn't make sense. I can come back and touch that handle up, no problem. So I get a little bit on the sword, that's fine. We'll fix it later. And we'll let that kind of sit off to the side. I'm going to do my next ninja in black again. No, I'm going to do it in dark gray. So for my gray, I'm going to use Gravelord Gray, it's called. I don't know if that's enough, so I'm going to leave that out for a minute. This is super thick. I might not have mixed this up good enough. Shouldn't be this thick. I haven't used it in like a year either, so it's probably chunky and I was going to do his hands white, but like skin tone, but I'm going to do them like they're gloved. I'm going to have to do them in skin tone. Looks like I can't spray paint the bottom of his hand very well. Oh well. Set him off to the side, and then I'll do this last guy again. So, that blue tone just did not do what I wanted. So I'm going to try to hit him with a second coat of that, but it just might be too thin to work. it's going to work. It might look all right. Now, the smart thing to do is to be let it rest. I'm going to do that. So, I'll take a picture of them as they stand right now for the video, but they're not going to be done in that picture, I promise you that. They're just going to be in the picture. I'm going to throw away my speed paint palette. Look at that. Do-do-do-do-do. Hey, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell icon, and all that happy crappy that helps the channel grow. Leave comments. I do like those, and I try to answer all of them. And thanks for hanging out with me. Have a good time.